nestled deep within the whispering woods, where sunlight filtered through ancient leaves like liquid gold, lay the quiet village of Eldermere, its cobblestone paths wound between cottages with thatched roofs, smoke curling lazily from chimneys, yet a gentle melancholy often hung in the air, for the villagers carried hidden sorrows and unspoken dreams. On the very edge of the village, where the land dipped towards the Silver Thread River, stood a structure unlike any other. The Bridge of Wishes. It wasn't grand stone or sturdy oak, but appeared woven from shimmering, translucent strands of moonlight and starlight, seeming almost to breathe with a soft, inner luminescence. No one knew who built it, only the whispered legend passed down for generations. If you stood upon its center at midnight with a pure heart and whispered your deepest wish, the bridge itself might listen and help carry it towards the stars. Young Elara knew the bridge's legend well, told to her by her grandmother beside crackling hearth fires. But now, the warmth of those stories felt distant, buried under the heavy weight of fresh grief. Her grandmother, her dearest friend and storyteller, had journeyed beyond the stars only a moon ago. Elara's heart felt like a hollow ache, her world painted in shades of gray. The laughter that once filled their little cottage by the riverbank had vanished, leaving only silence and the overwhelming wish that she could just see her grandmother's smile one more time, hear her voice telling one last tale. The pain felt too vast, too deep for words. A constant companion in the quiet hours. One crisp autumn night, drawn by a yearning she couldn't name, Elara slipped silently from her bed. The village slept beneath a blanket of velvet darkness. The only sounds the sighing wind in the trees and the distant murmur of the silver thread clutching her grandmother's worn, soft woolen shawl tightly around her shoulders. She walked the familiar path towards the bridge, its ethereal glow intensified as she approached, casting long, dancing shadows on the dew-kissed grass. Taking a trembling breath, she stepped onto the cool, strangely comforting surface. It felt solid yet yielding beneath her bare feet, humming with a faint, almost imperceptible energy reaching the very center. Bathed in the silvery light, she closed her eyes, tears tracing paths down her cheeks. Grandmother, Elara whispered, her voice barely audible above the river's gentle song, thick with unshed tears. I miss you so much. It's so quiet without you. I just wish I could feel you near me again. Even for just a moment. She poured every ounce of her longing, her love, and her profound sadness into those simple words as she spoke. A single tear fell from her chin and landed upon the shimmering bridge surface where it touched. The light flared brighter, momentarily illuminating the intricate, woven patterns like captured constellations. A profound warmth spread upwards from the soles of her feet, through her body, wrapping around her grieving heart like a gentle embrace. A sensation startlingly familiar and comforting. Elara stood very still, enveloped in the bridge's radiant warmth. Suddenly, a scent filled the air. Not the damp earth or the river, but the unmistakable fragrance of her grandmother's favorite lavender soap, mingled with the faint aroma of wood smoke from their hearth. It was so vivid, so real. It stole her breath. Then, softer than the rustle of a falling leaf, she felt it. The lightest, most tender touch upon her hair, exactly like her grandmother used to give when tucking her in at night. No figure appeared, no voice spoke, but the feeling of presence, of pure, unconditional love washing over her, was undeniable and overwhelming. A deep, shuddering sigh escaped her, releasing a knot of sorrow she'd carried for weeks. Word of Elara's experience, shared hesitantly only with the kindly baker, spread through Eldermere like dandelion seeds on the breeze. It wasn't loud proclamation, but quiet murmurs reigniting the old legend. The next night, old Master Thorn, the woodcarver whose hands trembled with age and whose greatest wish was to carve one last perfect songbird for his long-gone wife, ventured to the bridge at midnight. Then came Anya, the shy shepherdess, whispering her dream of finding her voice to sing one by one, under the watchful gaze of the moon. The villagers came. They brought wishes for healing, for courage, for forgiveness. 4 simple joys each whispered plea caused the bridge's light to pulse and shimmer, weaving new threads of starlight into its fabric. It became a sacred ritual, A shared vulnerability under the vast, starry sky as the weeks passed. A subtle transformation blossomed within Eldermere. The air felt lighter, less burdened. Master Thorn's workshop hummed with renewed focus. The scent of fresh cedar filling the lane. Anya was heard humming softly near the meadow, her voice gaining strength. Neighbors who had drifted apart shared smiles and offered helping hands more readily. The bridge itself seemed to have absorbed the collective yearning and love, glowing with a steadier, warmer luminescence that bathed the riverbank in soft light. It hadn't granted wishes in the way of instant miracles, but rather, it had opened hearts, rekindled hope, and reminded everyone that even the deepest sorrow could be touched by light, and that no wish whispered with love was ever truly alone. It became a symbol of their shared humanity. Elara visited the bridge often, not always with a wish, but simply to sit on the mossy bank nearby. Wrapped in her grandmother's shawl, she felt a profound sense of peace there. A connection not severed but transformed. She saw others find solace too. A farmer grieving a lost crop, a child wishing for a friend. The bridge of wishes stood as a luminous testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Woven from countless threads of hope, love, and vulnerability, it whispered that even in the darkest night, when we dare to voice our deepest longings and share our burdens, we build invisible connections stronger than stone. Bridges made of wishes that carry us towards the dawn. And as Elara gazed at its soft glow, she knew her grandmother's love was part of that eternal light, forever woven into the heart of the bridge and the soul of her village.